Angels and Avalon by Milos. Narrated by Lydia Orange. Copyright Milos 2017. Any places, situations, events or characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, places, situations, or events is purely coincidental. Any resemblance to existing fictitious places, situations, events or characters appearing in this work is purely coincidental. Chapter 1. Run. Her feet struggled to comply with the command her mind bellowed. Run! Heavy footfalls echoed behind her and encouraged her forward. She darted into a side street and hoped it would not dead end. She had no idea where she was going. The new sensations in her feet as they hit cobblestone caused her legs to jolt and jar uncomfortably. She turned left and dodged a few people walking in the morning air. Not that there was any air left in this wretched place. She sped around another corner and paused to listen for the steps of the guards over her pounding heart. A faint echo from behind told her they were coming. The softer their footfalls, the closer her mother's guards were to catching their prey. She ducked into an alley and curled up in the shadows. She prayed, hoping against all odds that they would not find her. Soon the footfalls grew silent, and she feared the worst. She had heard from the other prisoners in her mother's dungeon that the guards whispered your name before sealing your fate with a swift blade, if they were feeling merciful. She wondered what it was they would whisper to her. She had no name. Would they be merciful and swift, or would they end her short existence slowly? She hoped her inner light, as her mother had called it, would not betray her hiding place. She tried to rub soot all over her exposed skin. The dark green dress her lady-in-waiting had stolen for her covered most of her, but her neck, face, arms, and feet lay bare. Her skin was pale like moonlight, glowing white with subtle swirling pinks, greens, and blues, just beneath the surface. Her hair could not make up its mind, changing with the weather, her mood, or the light, flowing from chestnut to auburn, auburn to the colors of fire, and fire to the color of straw, and back again. It was not her fault she was so bright. She would change if she could. She would be like the others, with their dark hair, greyed skin, and dark eyes. But she was not and could not be like them. Towers of smoke billowed from homes. Soot fell, coating the bitter, cold ground. If there was ever any color in this world, surely the smoke and soot would have choked it out quickly. The crumbling church steeple teetered like a gaping maw, ready to swallow up all the light and joy in the world, and spew darkness from its blackened depths. She had heard other children talking about it as they sat outside the dungeon walls to try and get a glimpse of her, the freakish daughter of the queen. The girl turned away from the sight of the church and curled up closer to the wall. Her mother had no other heir, but would not pass on her throne to someone like her daughter. She was too soft, too loving, too bright to rule over the type of court the queen had built and maintained. A court of darkness and pain. 6 years in the darkness and shadows of the dungeon, facing the demons, sorcerers, and criminals her mother sent down there, had not chased the light from her eyes. She closed her eyes tightly, to hide their dancing colors. In the interest of her kingdom, the queen declared an alternative heir, a distant male relative, and ordered her nameless daughter killed, so she could not try to claim the throne for herself. Fearing for her life, she had escaped from the dungeons, and now cowered in the corner of a frigid dead end. It wasn't long until the nameless girl lost all sensation from cold. She may have cried, but her tears had dried up long ago. Instead, she fell into a fitful, exhausted sleep, hidden by soot and darkness. She drifted in the bright world of dreams, the only place she had ever felt she had belonged. A growing light surrounded her and pulled her from her dreams. Her imaginings of trees and blue sky flew past her. Beyond her dreams was a blinding white light. She drifted there, unable to move or speak. Terror flashed through her, but it was chased away by a sense of warmth and safety. For the first time in her life, the unfortunate girl felt safe enough to let go and sleep deeply.